If any of this fails, these orcs are going to come jump on that ball instantly, and they're, you know, like, there's going to be 4 orcs that are just going to be in that vicinity, just waiting. It seems like this has all been kind of without merit. I don't know why he's doing this. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, maybe there's some like award or something for getting the most one-turn touchdowns in a season or something. I don't get it. I don't understand. And this guy's going to need a 3+, 2+ to get away, so he's going to have to catch on a 3+. He's going to get a 3+, 2+ to hop away. I mean, this is really strange to me, this whole thing. Maybe he just doesn't know how to run a... Like, he runs defense really well, and so maybe he's just a defensively oriented player, and there's the... Oops. Yeah. Like I said, maybe he's just a defensively oriented player, and so he tries to score as quickly as possible and just get back on defense. But you can afford to slow your offense down just a little bit. Like, Wood Elves do not have trouble scoring. You can take... You just take one turn, one extra turn to score, and you don't have to deal with this. And there's some block coming into play there. Alright, so this is a really dangerous situation for the elves at this point. Yeah, because this guy's going to come over here and jump on you. Onto your armor 6, yeah. Dead. Did he have any niggling injuries? No. Didn't matter. He was still crunched. Like I said, these guys, this is... He gave the orcs a chance to get back into this game. I mean, the game is not over by any means. It's only halftime. But if he had scored in this half again, orcs have a lot of trouble scoring twice in one inning, or half, I guess. So if you're up 2 going into the, or if you're getting the ball and you're up 1 going into the second half and you're Wood Elves, I mean, that should be, it's their game to lose at this point, and they are, that's what they're doing. So I'm going to speed this up a bit, because it's taking forever. The elf player's like, LOL, that's not fair. It's like, well, yes it is. Alright, so he's just putting tackle zones on the ball now. This is always a good strategy. You do always have to be careful though, because elves can suddenly, you know, leap in, and they're picking it up on a 4+ even with 2 tackle zones on it. So yeah, now he has a strength 4 guy in there, and I think both these guys have guard. No, this guy does not have guard, but he has everything else. Still, he has a guard player on the ball carrier. So now, yeah, the elf player is in kind of a tight spot now. He could probably keep this guy from scoring if he didn't have his defensively... Wait, mine did. Is this the guy? Oh, okay. Well, he can still run up and like mark this ball carrier, so all is not lost. He has the perfect guy. I guess this is why he doesn't protect the ball at all, because he can just run up and mark the ball carrier. I don't know. I would still not have gone for the 1 turn. I would have had a little bit more of a presence around the ball, and then if I failed to pick up, as you saw there, at least you have strength over here. Now it's just orcs on top of the ball. A strength 4 orc at that. This is gonna be fun. We'll see what happens. Alright, so he has this War Dancer surrounded. I think that this is way too much strength to have around this one War Dancer. This is the one you have to worry about. Because he could like dodge away, leap over here, and like get a -2 die block against your thrower. And, you know, with strip ball... Oh, never mind, he has sure hands. Just kidding. Ignore all of that. This is... This is bad days for the elf player. Let me speed this up again. He needs to mark the ball carrier immediately. Or what is this, guard? Okay. So this is an over, really. He can get a 1-die blocking against this guy now. That's probably what we'll see. But who will he use? What does he have? He's only got a block. So you want a wrestler against him. Does he have a wrestler that's still... I don't think this guy's moved. He can do it. Make it happen, Captain. Oh, he's getting a 2-die block. Look at that. And now he's going to use dump off. Okay, so the ball's loose and it's right where the elves want it, like all those orcs are kind of stuck over here. They're either agility 2 and stuck up against this against somebody, or they're on this side of the field. This is what I mean, there's just too much strength right here. I don't know, the orcs might not have been fast enough to get this side though, so I mean this is probably the best they could do. Because this guy's in scoring range and that's what he doesn't want, apparently. So yeah, elf player is probably going to run over here and grab the ball. Woot, he says. Oh, failed to pick up. Ooh. Well, that's 2 sets of snake eyes, and sometimes that does happen. The elf player, though, is still not completely sunk, because like I said, I think this guy's in scoring rates. 1, 2. Yeah, he can still get there. And so can this guy too, probably. Yeah, he still can. So anyway, so this will be a much closer game. So if the wood elves don't score here, they should still be a little bit ahead, but the orcs will have their shot at tying up the game. But if the wood elves do pull out an amazing score, it'll be their game. And then if this guy is the plus movement one, he can actually potentially score 2, and I think that's what the orc player is looking at right now. What he has to do is he needs to knock this guy away from the ball. Oh, there's a tree right here. That sucks. Yeah. What I would do as the orc player is just put as many tackle zones on the ball as you can. I would feel that it's a strong victory when an elf has 3 turns and like to score and you stop him. And if he can do it again in the second half, this will be, I mean, that'll be his shot to win. So, let me speed it up again. Vroom. Yeah, the orc player is still just hitting elves. Okay, so something you do have to kind of be careful of, though. I just rolled double attacker down. Something you do have to be careful of as orcs is if you put too many tackles on the ball and they're able to push you on top of the ball can bounce out randomly. And agility teams and speed teams like Skaven, they are really at home when the ball is loose and on the ground. So you're never out of the woods, really. You always have to be worried that, you know, it's going to be game over. And this guy has grab, so I mean he can like, oops, what happened there? Alright, so the orc player is finally starting to get some bashing going. But yeah, yeah, look at that. He's got it under control. But yeah, he can like hit this guy and knock him on top of the ball will bounce out, and then who knows. He did a really good job. I missed it, but like this War Dancer's I think out of scoring range now. What he did was there were 3 orcs right here, and he pushed them, and then pushed them to where I think he's out of range. Let me see. He might be just in range if he makes 2 go forwards. Yeah, if he makes 2 go forwards, he's still in range. But that's something you should always keep in mind. You know, always try and keep like if it's going to be their turn 8, try to push them out of the end zone. All right. Here it comes. The elf player wants to score this turn. He's the only player that can, and basically this is your free roll turn. Like you can do anything this turn because it's turn 8, and apparently he takes a lot of time to make this turn. Now why is he blitzing over here? I guess he wanted the 2-die block. I don't know if he meant to do that. Maybe he didn't notice he had stand firm. He really needed to push this guy on top of the ball. Or this guy. Oh, he has stand firm, so it'd have to be this guy. And there's another field pick. Alright, that's the first half. Skip to this. Alright, so elf player woke up. Elf player is starting to hurt on players, I think. No, they're not. I lied. I think they only have 1 down now that I think about it. Oh, they have 3 down. But, okay, yeah. They've still got enough players to field a full team. Orcs have not lost anybody, so they're running with their full roster. And yeah, here we go. Setting up. I wonder if he'll go with the same defense. It worked well for him, I guess. It kind of worked well for him. Alright, now you see... Oh, okay. Well, I was about to say, now you see him putting these strength 4 guys on the sideline. Oh, he is, yeah. And so that way they're hard to just knock it. Well, this guy is blodging, and... he's still strength 4. I thought he had a stand firm one, though. Oops, I've speeded up too much. And it looks again like the elf player's going for the 1 turn. I just don't understand this. You have a full team. Why not go for regular offense? Here he goes. Maybe. Somebody get hit by a rock. Okay, so this could be this could be an attempt at getting into a better like regular offense. What you can see, oh well, and then if you block with your tree man first, always expect that you're going to lose the game, because that's blocking with your big guy first is the worst idea ever. But outside of that, if you look, he is set up to run a more decent offense. Like, it looks like these players over here are set up to just kind of threaten this half of the field. And then he has a lot of strength over here. He's got both his War Dancers and 3 regular linemen. So he was gonna like try to punch through over here, and if he didn't, he had these guys as kind of like a backup plan. But what he did was, I don't know, he has this awesome roadblock, and he had the roadblock in a perfect spot, and then he decided to, I don't know, throw his roadblock on the ground. I don't know. Don't do this. Because now, like, these orcs, like, they can, like, you might see this guy run up and blitz him away, and then this guy can run in. He can put strength on the ball this turn, which is never ever what you want. In fact, I think if he blitzes this guy down, I think he can get this guy on top of the ball, and if he wasn't agility 2, he could be a blodging guy with the ball, which is always good. But being agility 2, it's kind of dangerous. Alright, so he brought this strength 4 guy over. This is never what you want to do. He is low agility, low movement, and the elf player, he's not, like, the ball's over here. He's going to want to bring these guys back or around. Like, this orc, he doesn't have tackle, and so he's not doing an excellent job of keeping these guys pinned in place. And at the same time, he's not fast enough to rejoin the fight if they vacate this area. I think what he wanted though was the guard. I think he could have utilized somebody else for the guard though, honestly. He's like, yeah, I want a 3-die block against this catcher, but I mean, he has this blocking, kicking guy. Oh, what are you doing? Oh no. I don't know. I feel like this was the orc player's chance to win this game, and I feel like he is not focusing on the ball. It doesn't feel like. It feels like he is. I don't know what he's doing at this point. This was his shot at the ball right here. Maybe he can pull this guy around. Maybe that's what he's going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If he makes him go for it, so he can be there. He either has to make dodges or go for it with this player. And he's already used his... does this guy have dodge? No. He already used his reroll this turn, so this is kind of dangerous. Okay, he just wanted to put tackle zones on it. Okay. When you don't have the reroll, it sometimes is better just to put tackle zones on the ball rather than try to pick it up. Because like if you try to pick it up and bounces out, like he doesn't have, 2 tackle zones on the ball and this nice little thing where somebody can't just leap in and dodge away on a 2+. They're looking at 3+ dodge away no matter what. Okay, so he did end up making the blitz on this guy and then putting tackle zones on the ball carrier, but I still feel like he could have. Like I said, moving this guy over here doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This should have been the guy that blitzed down this player because he doesn't even have blocks, so this guy would have been able to use block had it been a both down result. It would have had him more centrally located. It would have had him, closer to the ball. I don't know. When you're in this situation, the first thing you need to do is see if your tree man is going to stand up, because that's kind of a big deal. Like, you don't need to move him anywhere, you just need to see if he's going to stand up. And he's taking a full minute to see if that is what he wants to do. Minute and a half. There he goes. So he pulls this guy up first. Fails his first dodge away. He's probably like, oh, that sucks, but yeah. Alright. Let's see here. He's going to jump away and try to use his guy with tackle to get this guy out of the way. Maybe. So the elf player at this point, he realizes, yeah, what? Why this guy? Why wouldn't you go after the one with, well, he's strength 4. No wonder. Never mind. Just kidding. So yeah, he's coming and putting his own tackle zones on the ball. He'll probably hop one of these guys away to try to pick up the ball later. Or maybe he'll just bring this guy down. This guy, no, he doesn't have sure hands. Okay, so he is putting a lot of strength, or a lot of players on top of the ball carrier here. That was a risky dodge. Ooh, he made it. Wow, that was kind of scary. And now he dodges away. Okay, so that was a lot of rolls that went his way. And then he tries to pass the ball, and I don't know why. You have the ball in your hand, don't give it up if you don't have to. That was, I don't know what to think of that. Once again, this is the orc player's chance to really make this turn around. I was criticizing his strength 4 guy over here now, but he's going to get some really nice blocks, and or he could push. This is something you have to look out for too. What I think the orc player. Oh, this is also why you need to pick up your tree man. If this guy was, if he had tried to stand him, I don't know if he tried to. He might have, but if he had tried to stand him up and it had or hadn't worked, this would have been perfect for him. Does he have tackle? Of course not. Nobody has tackle. But really, it can be tempting to want to really put some, like, try to put the hurt on these players. But I mean, we've seen the turnovers coming. He needs to he needs to look at the ball. Like, that's, orc players kind of lose sight of that sometimes. It's just like, oh, this is going to be awesome. You know, it's an early turnover. I still got, you know, 7 or 8 blocks this turn. This is going to be great. But you really, really need to look at the ball. He needs to bring this guy and put him right in front of the ball, probably. Standing up that guy's a great move. He could have done that first. But yeah, putting this guy in front of the ball will be a big deal. And then you can make all your blocks. And I don't know, has this guy moved? I mean, he could do something too. He could do something awesome. I don't think he has moved. He can 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can come over here and hit this guy away. Or come over here and set up an assist so that way this guy gets a block. This is... yeah. This is pretty rudimentary. Like, when the ball is loose and you have a shot at the ball, get the ball before you try to make your blocks. Or just protect the ball. Is he trying to pick it up or protect it? Yeah. Like, he could have made this move first, and that way if he had gotten a bad turnover here somewhere, he would have been okay. Like, it worked out this time, but it's something you need to keep in mind when you play the game. And there's the double attacker down. Okay, he re-rolled it. There he goes, stumbles. And he can move the ball carrier, or this guy here. Nope, the wrong way. Does he have guard? Alright, he has guard. Now this is a question of preference. Like, when you have a shot at a War Dancer, or you have a shot at just a lineman with nothing, it's generally better to go for the lineman, just because there's a better chance you're going to knock him over. Like the chances are much better, and you know, at armor 7 there's a good chance you're going to hurt him. So that's something to keep in mind. Like when you have that kind of decision to make. Like, he could have hit this War Dancer, but he wouldn't have knocked him over. So it's like, it's better to go for these things. So yeah, it's now the elf's turn. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Okay, so the tree did not stand up that turn. He did try to pick him up. I think the elf player has learned. He's like, okay, we gotta play this right. He's standing up the players that he knows aren't going to do anything else, and then soon he's going to. Now that is dangerous. Oh yeah, sidestep. Never mind. JK LOL. Okay, so what you're seeing here is he's getting him off the ball as best he can, and there's that. That's what I mean. Like, when you push somebody onto the ball, there's a chance that the ball is going to pop loose, and that is where elves excel. Alright, so elf player needs to disengage and protect the ball carrier as best he can, and that's what you're seeing. He has dodge. Too bad he has tackle. There it is, the one player in the entire game that has tackle. And it's, what? Why didn't you use it? Why didn't you take the defender stumbles? I don't get it. I don't... Okay. I'm trying to figure out why you wouldn't take the knockdown over leaving him right here. Like, it just... I don't understand it. Alright, so what you're seeing now is the elf players running around trying to mark up everything to where they have to make a block against something and won't be able to utilize a blitz against the ball carrier. I think at this point he's just going to try to run away with the ball with this character. The orc player did slow up the elf player a little bit, but what you're seeing here is like when you play defense, like to the point where you slow them down but don't let them score, that can sometimes come back to bite you, because you really need to. Like, you need to make them score really fast, that way as orcs you have a chance to run your offense, which takes a lot longer. And as I said earlier, this black orc that was over here, he just kind of removed himself from the game. He's now starting to make his way back, but even so, it's just... Like, even next turn, he's only going to get to here somewhere. This elf is going to be in scoring position next turn, so this is... This is what I meant by saying he shouldn't have been over there. Thump. Okay, so I said that he wouldn't be able to make a blitz against the ball carrier, but I lied. He needs to... Although the elf player is still in a really good position. He's just going to run over here, pick up the ball. Oh, wow. Or he can make 2 go forwards and a successful pickup with a strength 4 player. That's always fun. I think this is a strip ball player, though. Yeah. So this could be... Like what you're going to see is... This guy stand up, this guy hit him. Hopefully pop the ball out, and this guy's going to run off with the ball. That's what I would do. He may even pull this guy over so he gets a 2-die block. You just never know. Elves, man, they're crazy. I'm going to speed this up. That's what I would do. See what the elf player does. The tree man still couldn't stand up. Yep, here it is. But no, why wouldn't you use your strip ball player with block when he's wrestle? Oh, maybe because he didn't want to deal with the chance that there would be a... What did he... Okay, so he had a shot at a 2+ pickup with this catcher, and instead of taking that... Now, okay. Oh, sorry, I just interrupted myself because I just saw this play. But he could have picked up the ball and just, like, been over here with it somewhere. He has block and dodge, right? Yeah. And there's no tackle on this team or wrestle, so... Could have been relatively safe. This guy might have come up. Anyway, so he's pulling back his black orc this direction. This is terrible. Like, it's, you're removing him even further from play. And it's not like he's a great free safety, because he can't cover everywhere. Like, he's got, like, this half, and then he comes out to here somewhere. But this elf can, like, he can, like, run all the way here. In fact, he's in scoring position from here. So having this guy back here is not doing a whole lot. When he was here, he should have been moving back this direction. Back to the fight, because he's not doing a whole lot up here. He's not doing anything up here. Is he in scoring position? I said this guy's in scoring position. I will stick by it. Yeah, he's +1 move. He's there. Alright, so orc player, he needs to... I don't know what I would do as the orc player at this point. I'd probably try to lock up these players right here. I'd move this guy up, move this guy over. I don't know. Blitz this guy away. Oh, crap. Well, this black orc has dodge, so... I mean, you could try a 5+ pickup with a black orc again. No, it's dumb too. I don't know. Is this the strength 5 guy? Okay, yeah, so he can be... He will still be beating up these linemen here. I don't know, this might have been where I took my blitz, because then you have this guy pinned up against the wall, and you have 2 strength 4 tackle zones on the ball, which is... It's not easy to make a pickup there. That probably would have been my move. Now this is a very precarious position for the orcs and for the... a little bit less for the elves, because what can happen is the elves can like chain push these orcs, start pushing them out of bounds, and when if orcs do get behind in players, because like the orcs are down a guy in KO, when orcs do get behind, it can be brutal. Like, it can be really bad. And then suddenly the ball can just bounce out somewhere, or a wood elf can catch it, and you're just like, oh, fudge, you know. Like, where do you go from here? Because the elf he can leap away. He can be gone instantly. Alright, so what you might see here, you might see this guy dodge, blitz this guy down. If he is... No, he's too close to this, never mind. Just kidding. If he can get this guy off of him somehow, he can leap over and hand the ball off. The reason I was saying the elves don't have to worry quite as much about getting pushed out of bounds is because they have sidestep. He does, however, need to get this Ward Dancer right here, because even with sidestep, if he hits him up against this sideline, there's nowhere for him to go except out of bounds. So, but the Orc player, if he, like I said, if he starts getting players pushed out of bounds, he will lose the game. It'll be bad. So yeah. If he came up with these names himself. No, he didn't. Kidney grinder. Up there's the blitz. That's all he needs though, is a push. This is a dangerous leap though. I mean, it's a 3+. So it's a 3+, and then a 2+ catch with a reroll. And not only can this guy score, but he can get out of range of this black orc and just sit on the sideline and just LOL at him. Like, the black orc won't even be able to reach him. That's what I mean. Like, this is not what you want as a free safety. Alright, so now the elf player is now standing up all of his players, because if this fails, he needs these guys standing for next turn. Like, yes, a lot of them will probably be hurt, but he's looking at points and he's not looking at players, which is, I think, the way you should play, honestly. There's the leap, which was successful, and here's the handoff, also successful, and here's the LOL, I'm faster than you, elf. Vroom. Let me make sure he can't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if he just makes one go for it, with he has sure feet. Yeah. GG. He has sure feet, right? I said he does. Stop that. Yeah, he has sure feet. So yeah. Well, okay, I said he wasn't doing anything, but it will force the wood elves to score next turn. Because, like, he's going to lumber over here, and the elves can't come over and... Well... Again, I take that back, because, like, he can lumber over here, and then the elf can just, boom, just, like, run to the other side and just... Like, the black orc can never catch up. Maybe if he moves 2 over, it'll be within range of blitzing him next turn, but the elf can't just run circles around him, so never mind. So yes, he is forcing him to score next turn, so I lied. He did do something this game. Alright, now the elf is just making his blocks, which is good. That's the way you should do it. Secure the ball, and then make your blocks that do not aid in scoring. And it looks like he's going to try to stall as much as he can. You can see he's starting to bring players this direction. He's got this guy here. This guy is... LOL. In fact, he might come up and tag this guy, which would be... haha. So yeah, you're not always going to make those dodges away, but I mean, he's just like, whatever, you know, this is going to help me win the game. And that's awesome. I mean, that's the way you should play the game. He looked at it, he's like, alright, if I make this, like, if I'm able to connect with this black orc, I can stall for another turn, meaning the orcs have, like, their chance of scoring goes way down. Every turn you give them. Yes, I'm giving away a block, but this is his AV6 guy, and I think he has the niggling injury too. No, it was the other guy that had niggling, wasn't it? Yeah, this guy. Okay. Wanda was his or her name. But this guy's got, he's armor 6. This is Mighty Blow. Yeah. So he is giving away a block, and that sucks. But he is making it to where he can stop the orc player from scoring forcing him to score next turn. And he had to risk a bunch of dodges, which were superfluous, because this character wasn't doing anything else anyways. He was just going to, like, I don't know, just kind of like get beat up and, like, pushed around. Whereas he didn't have to... Like, he had the chance of stopping the orcs from forcing him to score next turn. So this is excellent play. It's the kind of thing you should look for. And now, if the orc player cannot get players over here soon enough, this game is going to be over before he even gets the ball back. So this is... As you can see, he is trying to pull players over. This guy's almost close enough, but not quite. I think. 1, 2, 3... Well, he can get there. He just makes him go for it. Elf player's out of rerolls at this point. That could be huge. So he can't take the chance of, like, you know, like having to make some kind of crazy roll When the time comes to score, he just needs to score on his turn and not waste time with blocks and everything. Orc player, where is he? What's he doing? I think he's just making some blocks now. But he's got plenty of them. He might be knocking people out of bounds and like just being generally mean as orcs are, but yeah, that's what we're seeing here. Bump. And this guy's going out of bounds. And oh, I guess not. He already blocked this guy, didn't he? Regardless. Yeah, he's just going to take his blocks. Like I said, he could have pushed someone out of bounds. Maybe he just wants to actually free up players so that way he can start moving this direction. I don't know. Okay, so this is really good now. Oh, he did get to push someone out. Woot. Nothing happened though. So this is, like I said, this is a really good game. This is a really good play, moving this guy up. This is... Oop, what's he doing? Okay, and then he's scoring. Okay. So like I said, he couldn't screw around, he couldn't waste any time. He was just like, alright, it is time to score, and he went out and did that. So that's perfect. Perfect. Alright, so I think all the KOs came back. Yes, and yes. And now I think we're back in the Elf's comfort zone, which is playing defense. So the Orcs have 2 or 3 turns to score, and this is the Orcs' time. Like, they have to score now. This is why he has this little goblin, and we're gonna see him probably utilized here pretty soon. The Elf player, what he needs to do here, I think he needs to keep back this War Dancer as his safety. He can really beat up this goblin pretty well because he has tackle and block. Neither team has any rerolls, so they're both going to have to utilizing their individual rerolls. So you're looking at dodge, you're looking at pro. No, there's something else. What was I thinking? Oh, sure hands. That's what I'm thinking of. Pass and catch and stuff like that. Wow. I don't know why that took so long to come up with. But yeah, he needs to keep... No, you need to switch these two out. No. You need this tackle guy centrally located, and you need him... Okay, good, yeah. He's got him over here. Another thing, I guess he could use a strip ball guy too, honestly. Because the strip ball guy can come up and... Any push or defender stumbles, and the little goblin's going to drop it, so... Actually, I lied. This is probably, in order to get the ball loose, it's probably better to have this player up, or in the back. Alright, so the Orc player is going to have to come to this side. Like I said, this guy has a greater chance of popping the ball loose. But this side has a War Dancer on it that he doesn't want to deal with, and this side only has these 2 players. Although this has a War Dancer too. Although this War Dancer can come into play on this side, so like I said, I would rather come this direction. That seems to be what he's going to be doing, judging by this guy's presence. Well, I say that, but then here we are. Alright, Orc player, 3 turns, or maybe 2 turns to score. Let's make it happen. So both players are playing well. I think the Wood Elf player is... I think he's playing better, but I think he just doesn't quite grasp how to run the offense. I think he likes to play defense a lot more, and he plays it very well. The Orc player, I think he just ran into that trap of running into the tree and trying to foul as hard as possible. I would say that was his biggest flaw, and also he doesn't seem to realize how to compensate for his Black Orc's lack of movement. And so I think if you just worked on maybe not focusing on the ball a little bit more and trying to mitigate his loss of players due to like leaving him on the sideline. I mean, this guy's not going to do anything this half. Like this entire half, he's going to be lumbering around trying to get into contact with people. I think if he could do that, it would improve his game tremendously. Although orcs at this team value, they're kind of tough. You have all this stuff on the sideline. Alright, so what you're seeing here is the orc player is just, he's putting, okay, he does have 3 turns to score, so it's not impossible. So this could actually be a feint over here. Like what you might see is the orc player, he'll run these players over, like, he's like, LOL, my goblin, my receiver is wide open. And if the wood elf player overcommits and sends too many people this way, these players could sneak up this sideline here. Except he has no one to catch the ball. These are all agility 2. I thought this might have been just like a diversion. But looking now, I see that that could be the case. Because he won this. He had no rerolls just a minute ago, so the kick... Well, how did he get a reroll? Maybe he's got a leader on the field. Okay, so he brought his leader on. So maybe this is what he's planning. Like he's just like, look, my players are ready to be devoured if you just come over here. So maybe this could be the trick play of the century, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna speed this up a bit. That's something you should always keep in mind too. Like he should have, I think honestly, he should have had a blitzer right here instead of this guy. And then like if he had switched, well, this guy's movement 5. What is he doing? Where's He should have had, I don't know why he has his dirty player on the field for these last 3 turns when he has a score. If he had had this blitzer right here instead, he could have maybe tricked the elf player into coming this direction, and then having this guy open downfield for on turn 15 be in scoring position. Now, ooh, what are you doing? Now this is really dangerous too. If he was going to come back and cover the ball this direction, that was close, yeah. He should have brought the guy in front of the ball and then brought this orc back here. At this point, though, it's almost all of his eggs are in one basket. Almost all of his eggs are in one basket. Yeah, he's got like 9 out of 10 eggs in one basket, and it's on this little goblin. And that's kind of tough. He's not in a good place right now. The elf player, he's just going to be gunning for this goblin as best he can. He's going to be able to put this guy on top of the goblin, probably. In fact, he may even be able to blitz away this goblin. This could be really bad. Although this, gosh, he has so many agility too, guys. I didn't realize like how much that could be hurting him until right now. This is like in these do or die situations. This would be another option to throw to if the goblin got pushed out. But now that option, the door's not shut, like it's still possible, but it's dangerous at best. So he just ran up with this guy. I just put a simple tackle zone on the ball carrier. That's never a terrible idea. I mean, it didn't really do anything for him that time, but yeah. He still hasn't used his blitz, so he can still run over here and hit this goblin. This is, I don't know, it's pretty exciting. I'm going to speed this up though, because it's taken him 3 minutes to try to, there we go. Bonk. Why block? Why wouldn't you push him out of the game? Oh, does he have sidestep? Oh, I lied. Never mind. Good spot. I wouldn't have noticed he had sidestep, and he would have just been a little bit closer to the end zone. So yeah, that was a good play. Good play. Speed this up a bit. Orc player. He has got to. He's probably going to knock... I don't know what to do. He needs 2 threats in scoring position is what he needs. He needs to move this guy down as far as he can. and put him into scoring range this turn. Like, he needs 2 players in scoring range this turn, because this guy is going to run over and stomp on this goblin. Like, that's what I'm seeing right now. But if he has, even if this agility 2 guy is down there, like, he has a shot at scoring. He just needs to get in range. There he goes. He's got to make a go for it. Make a go for it. Doesn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess he can make 2 go for it's next turn. Although, I would rather make the go for it's this turn, and then, oh, he had to utilize his, he had to use his reroll this turn. So, yeah. Like I said, I would have made the go for it's this turn, and then I don't know. This is a tough situation for the orcs. There's nobody open. There's elves everywhere. This is pretty much the elves' game to lose. Anyway, I mentioned earlier that the orc, he needs to utilize his movement better, and he needs to not like try to beat up a strength 6 movement 1 thing so much and just ignore it. But the elf player, he needs to not rush his offense so much. I think he could do a lot better if he would just sit back and take 2 or 3 turns to score. If he learned how to do that well, I think that it could really help his game a lot. The armor 7 is really starting to come into play now. I think he's got this stun, which is huge. He's got this stun, which is really big. Oh, and then the goblin gets free. Alright, so this is what happens. The orc has 2 players in scoring position like he needed, like I said. And he can only come over and pin 1. He's badly hurt, which is alright. So now it really comes down to dice, and I think that the orc player did a good job of making it come down to this. So what you're going to see, like I said, he's going to come over here. He's going to try to throw the ball to this guy, because it's the only one that... Well, he can throw it to this guy, who's also agility 2, so never mind. He's going to throw it to this. Well, he wouldn't have to make so many go for it. So what you're probably going to see, this is all speculation. This guy is 1, 2, 3... No, you'd have to make a go for it there, too. This is what it all comes down to. I wouldn't even take the blocks. It depends on if he wants to go for the tie or if he just wants to like cause as much pain as possible. And it looks like he's going for pain. With no rerolls, this is dangerous, but I mean, the chances of this working are pretty slim. Oh! Why would you... I don't know why you would take the... oh, and there's a failed catch. I don't know why... You never take the chance at... Unless you still have a bribe, and even then it's not even worth it. You should take the shot at the goal. I think that the elves played the ball a lot better this game, and the orcs, I think they just kind of went for bashing more than ball handling. So that's the end of the game, and I mean the score shows it. His dirty player and sneaky got the skill up, or the MVP. That's almost never what you want, because I mean you want your person that's fouling to be as low in team value as possible and still be effective. I mean, you could give him block arguably and it'd still be really good. So that remains to be seen. Excuse me. And your kick wrestle guy. Generally you want to keep them low in team value too, but you do want to protect them. I could see, like, that's the thing about elves, like they can get a lot of defensive skills which are really good. Giving him dodge would be a big bonus. We saw a lot of that in this game, how useful dodge was. I mean, it was just good. And then here's the replay. So, yeah. It was a good game, and I will see you guys next time.